Hi everybody, welcome to Milgat Farms. It's a beautiful day as always on our farm. If this is the first time you're visiting, welcome. My name is Kevin, along with my beautiful wife Emily. We are the proud owners of Virginia's only organic maple syrup farm. And there's always something going on the farm, guys. Today is no different. We've been doing projects all day. So it's about 7 p.m. and I'm gonna try to finish one more project. The goal is to use our waterer. Let me back up. So the goal is to use our overflow from the spring to water our animals. So we have a tank up on the mountain, and you won't be able to see it. It's way back up there. And that tank holds about 1,500 gallons of water. But that's really for our guests at the B&B and some of the other animals on the farm. So if we can utilize the water that's just flowing over the mountain because it's flowing out the tank, well then I think that's a little bit more efficient. And so in order to do that, we're gonna create a little tub or a tank that holds water, and then it's gonna bleed it over to our ducks. Now currently, the ducks are receiving the overflow. And albeit this time of the year, it's not a whole lot of water, something's better than nothing. And I think given tonight, with this tank filling up, that by tomorrow, we can fill up the water for the ducks, hey, and have both sets of animals taken care of by water that would otherwise be wasted. So let me show you what we got going on here. All right, look at here, there's Goat. Goat, what are you doing? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Okay, that's Goat, he's our sheep. She will not leave the house. So what we got going on? So what's going on right here is, this was a tank that I used to brood some chickens. And so what we're gonna do, I've got 180-degree water in there, and it is gonna soften everything up. I'm gonna clean it, come back, spray it down with bleach, clean it again, and then we're gonna drill it out. And when I say drill it out, we're gonna drill a hole for something I created for one of our other water tanks. I'll show that to you here in just a few minutes. So guys, what's gonna happen is we're gonna have the overflow come directly into this tank, and then we're gonna bleed water off of this tank into the duck water, which is gonna be slightly downhill. And we're gonna do that with a little device that's pretty simple. This is just it's a plumbing device of some sort. I got some of these at Tractor Supply. You know, I'll leave a link in the description to these. They come with rubber gaskets, they work well. The only thing I don't like about this one is it's probably a little small. For this application, it's gonna work because I've got two of them working down below. They work pretty well. So what's gonna happen is, this guy right here is gonna be drilled right through here. It's gonna sit on the side so that when this hits a certain level, it's gonna bleed the water off. So all we have to do is drill the right size hole in here, install this, and then this thing's gonna work. It does have reverse threads, so that might throw you a little bit. You got two washers too, a hard washer and a rubber washer. Rubber washer is gonna go on here, hard washer is gonna go on the outside. Now, in my case, I'm gonna drill it up a little higher, and the reason I'm gonna do that is I know at some point I'm gonna put a heater in this thing. So that means I'm gonna have to have a bigger hole. If I start too low, I won't be able to get a bigger hole in here. So I'm gonna start up about the middle. I get my knees out there. All right, that worked pretty easily. It's gonna go in. Now, here's something unique to this. This guy right here is threads on the outside, and there's threads on the inside all the way through. So once we put it in, and we put our washer on the outside, that washer actually, maybe a little conical. There we go. Yep, that washer's got fat on one side, skinny on the other. That's not gonna matter to us too much. So it is reverse threads. That's gonna throw me a little bit. And one thing I've learned about these kind of things is that I don't over tighten it. I just get it snug by hand, Here. Now I'll probably come back and cut this. Right now that's working pretty well. Now the next pieces that you're gonna need, let me show you. Put that in my pocket so Goat doesn't eat it. What are you doing, Goat? What are you doing? Oh, you like that? Okay. So the next part you're gonna need, and I got this at Lowe's, it's made by a company called Apollo. What it has on the end is a thread that fits your garden hose. And I couldn't find it in 1/2 inch. So I got a 1/2 inch reducer, a little stubby 1/2 inch, and then this little guy right here. Now that little guy is what's gonna thread into that thing there. Don't eat my camera, knucklehead. Now, that's not all. I'm gonna take some glue over when we install it, and I'm gonna glue all my parts up. I don't like to glue this thing completely in, because what I do like to do is be able to separate it. As long as it's not leaking, I'll separate it and clean any of the funk that may get in there out. So I won't glue this part right here. There we go, that's about it, guys. So now what we gotta do is rinse it out again. Once we've rinsed it out, we're gonna take it down and install it. Our outdoor water, our hot water that comes to the outside, is about 180 degrees. So whatever comes out of our stove here is pretty much what this hose is. It'll burn the grass, it's so hot. So I do it over here in the rocks. All right, I'm gonna call this clean. Now we're gonna take it over to the water where the overflow is. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna set it up. So here's what we have, guys. This right here is our overflow for the spring. And currently, we got a hose coming down. It does go back uphill because I was filling the water tank up there last year. But we since moved the water tank. But it comes back down and heads right over there. And what it's doing over there is it's filling up the water for the ducks. So the ducks have fresh water all the time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little hose extension on here, bring the water over here. Hold on. We're gonna put a hose extension on here, bring the water right over to here, and then it's gonna go downhill. It's gonna go right over there where it's gonna fill up the ducks. And then from there, it's heading back down that way. And so, again, the idea is to utilize all the water we have on the farm. And since this is overflow, this is gonna work pretty well. That's pretty level, to be honest with you. Oh yeah. I'd say that's really level, actually. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, it's gonna work well. Just like that. Oh, look at that. Squirrel chewed on it. All right. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but I'll put a link in the description to them as well. That's a quick connect. You gotta love that. Okay, it's gonna drip out some water. Let's just use it. So that's basically a quick connect. I have it all over the farm. I gotta tell you, I love them. I really, really love these things. You see the water just starting to fill it up. That's just overflow from the ducts. Or not really overflow. Okay, that's all we got to do. Open the valve back up. There she goes. All right, that water's filling up faster than I thought it would. Wow. That's a lot of water. So we got water coming in, and now what we need to do is reposition the waterer for the ducks. And they're gonna like getting some fresh grass, which is gonna be right over next to that post right there. All right, the waterer is full. It's pretty level. Oh, that's awesome. It then goes over to here, but I'm not sure if I got my elevation exactly correct. So right now, we're just gonna go back to the way we were doing it with just loading the water directly from the spring to the ducks. This is plenty of water here for tonight, but for sure the ducks, you see them over there? They're in the bushes. But for sure the ducks need water. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna show you what it's looking like when we get it all completed. Hey quackers, what are you guys doing? Morning, morning. So this morning we noticed the water wasn't doing quite well, so I had to blow the hose out. I'll show you that in a second, but now we have a good water flow. So I've had to move the water a couple of times. Before, it was sitting about right here after the first move. Okay, the original move is up the hill. So I moved it down to here, and it was almost on the same level as the overflow, so that wasn't gonna work. So then I moved it down here, and it worked a little bit better. But we had a little stoppage in the line, so this morning I blew it out, and I'll show you how I did that. Oh goodness gracious! I think that cow is gonna walk right through the fence again. Girl, get out of that fence! What a hoot, man! God gave her credit for thinking about that one. All right, guys, I'll get you some food in a minute. So what we got going on is a little venturi right there. You see it? It's drawing the water back down, and it's heading over to the ducks. And that's going to fill up the ducts and do quite well. This is coming in at a good clip. Doesn't take a lot of water to fill this up overnight. And our animals can't drink all that water at once. So what we're using, again, is that overflow from the spring that would otherwise go across, just go down the hill. And I think that's a good, efficient way of using water. So let me show you an interesting thing that we created to fix our problem whenever we have a hose leak. And this came from a friend of ours. I'll put a link in the description to a previous video. This is no more than a hose. Obviously, that's a compressor. What we've done in the past is use fire extinguishers. Our friend Tom, our neighbor, who's also a viewer, dropped by some fire extinguishers, and we've since used them all. I think he's probably going to give us a few more when he comes across them. They're much easier to carry around the farm than the compressor. The compressor, though, we bump it up to 100, 125 psi, connect the hose. So what we do is we take that quick connect that we have, remember those quick connects we talked about earlier in the video, we connect it directly to the hose if it has a quick connect. In this case it didn't, so we just screwed it onto here. And we connected our hose to the compressor, and voila, it just blew everything that was inside the garden hose completely out. We tend to do this a few times, maybe once a month or so, to our other garden hoses where we have some temporary water solutions, because every now and again they get stopped up with something. It's usually, and believe it or not, it's usually a crawdad. So it's kind of strange, but it does happen, and you got to get it blown out so that your animals have plenty of water. So you can hear it drawing itself down. It'll take maybe an hour or two for that water to replenish itself, and that'll make it clean, perfectly clean water for the ducks. Oh, I'm gonna get that cow. She is crazy. Guys, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Guys, thanks for watching our videos. We really appreciate it. We hope that you're enjoying what we're doing here on the farm. If you ever want, the cow just caught my eye. If you ever want to come out and visit, go to milgatfarms.com. We have a B&B here on the farm you're welcome to stay at. And it is just beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. God has blessed us with more than we deserve, and we are grateful. So guys, we really appreciate your comments. They help us be better farmers. Even if you're not a farmer, you know, you might see something that I simply don't see. And I've only been a farmer for a few years. So I am learning every single day, and your comments are exceedingly helpful. So what else are we gonna say? I guess that's it for the day, guys. We appreciate you watching. Until next time, God bless you guys. Now you girls better not walk to that fence. All right, time to put our stuff up and go feed the animals.